Hi, if you don't know us already, we're Helen, Andy and our self-built glampervan Giovanna. Over the winter of 2021 we transformed her from an empty panel van into our tiny van. Hi everybody, as I'm sure you've seen in one of our previous videos, we did a full time lapse of our campervan build. We built Giovanna over 4 months at the beginning of 2020, and we've spent the next 3.5 months travelling around southern Spain and into France. But while we were there, we realised that there's some things that we've done in the van that, while they look nice, are a bit impractical. And coming home, we've decided we're going to make some big changes. One of the most difficult things is that our seating and bed area. We've got lift up flaps so you can access the storage under the seating, but when you put a mattress on top of that for the seats itself, it's really hard to get into them, and it can be a real faff at the end of the day wanting to make your bed up, or in the morning when you take your bed down and turn it back into like a seating area. So we've decided that we're going to change them from lift up flaps to actual full depth drawers. So when you can reach down, pull the drawer out, get everything in there you want to, it gives us full access to everything, rather than to fight the cushions and the flaps themselves, getting your arms covered in bruises, swearing and shouting at each other because we can't get in there in such a small space. So that's the first thing we're going to do, is change that area. The other bit is we've decided to take our LPG system out. It works fine. We've got a nice 28 litre underslung gas tank. We've got a dual fuel LPG and electric water heater. It's 13 litres I think, and it works brilliantly. And we've got a gas oven and hob. Fantastic. But we found it's getting harder and harder to get hold of LPG, or to fill up LPG in the UK, especially where we are. You have to travel 20, 30, 40 minutes to get a full tank of gas. And in Europe, especially in France, a lot of garages now won't actually let you fill up your gas tanks unless the gas is being used for the engine, which forces you then to have gas cylinders, and that's what we don't want. So we thought, great, it worked well, but we're going to take the whole lot out, and we're going to increase our battery bank and switch over to full lithium batteries and go electric. So we'll have an induction hob, an electric water heater. We already use a domestic fridge because it works out cheaper, and it's quite energy efficient, and you can get a lot more in it than you can on a £400 or £500 12 volt fridge. This is a domestic fridge that costs £120. What's a treat? Absolutely no problem at all. So we're going to go full electric, put an extra couple of solar panels on the roof, upgrade our batteries to full lithium from AGM, and yeah, so that's the next big plan. But of course, doing that means we've then got to redo the inside of the van, because one end of our van has the oven in it. So that's going to come out. We're going to go along a countertop and have the cooker or the induction hob and the sink on one side, and a more natural flow into the van rather than it being quite cramped by the shower and toilet area. It does mean that you will have like a corridor effect in the middle of the van rather than a sort of cosier feel, but it's more practical for us. We've got nowhere to hang anything up. Didn't think about it, so everything got chucked in the cab when we weren't using it, whereas now we're going to have an area where we can hang coats, a proper shoe store, locker store, and also can build in some better security storage for ourselves. Other than that, the vans will stay the same. It has the same finish, the colours, the wood panelling. It's just little tweaks, but like in any house or any vehicle, you sort of tweak it to your own needs. When we did this van, we looked on YouTube, followed everyone's videos, fantastic, but it was what they needed and not what we needed. We like the big seating area at the back of the van. We relax more in that, and making the bed up, a small bed up at the end of the day, isn't really a problem. It's just how we make it up, and that's why we're going to go for the drawers. So over the next couple of videos, you're going to see us basically dismantling Giovanna and getting back to not bare bones, but taking out what we don't need and what we need to change. And then I'm going to video the actual changes we make. actually each step of it. So if you're interested in going to a full solar setup inside your vehicle, then come along and watch our video. This is our current kitchen setup. You can see we've got the sink over here. Down here is where the fridge would have been, and we've got our oven and hob just over here. What we're going to do is take all this out, and this unit will come across and overlap the door, so probably about sort of here, halfway along the door. So then we'll have the entrance coming in this way down the van. So that's going to come out. Shower and toilet are going to stay the same. And this unit over here, which currently houses the bin and LPG boiler and such like, that's all going to come out. The fridge will go over here, and we're going to have drawer units over this side. So that's the main changes in the kitchen area. Oh, and apart from the floor, we don't like the floor, that's coming up as well. This is our seating lounge bed area, and the table's on a lagoon mount and goes down and becomes a frame for the bed. But I'll show you why it can be a real pain trying to get anything in and out. So first thing you've got to do is get the table out of the way, and lifting these up can be, I'm not even sure I can do it, a real faff to get into the lockers. And they're heavy. We temporarily put this little hatch in so we could reach in and get stuff out, and realising that it's much easier if we put a drawers in here that can slide right out this way, and a drawer on this side that we can pull out that way as well. So we gain the full access to both sides of the cabinets or the lockers under the seating in the bed. And we're also going to put on along here, pull out, I don't know, like a bed frame, so that it will slide out and hook over to this side, and it'll be slatted to support the base of the bed, so we don't have to remove tables, lagoon mounts, all this kind of stuff, just to make life a little bit easier. We want to keep the same seating area. We like the way it feels and that we can use the seats as they are, but we just want to make it more easy for us to use them. One final change we're going to make is over here. You can see that's where we use our TV. We didn't really use that a great deal. There's too much to see and do when you're out traveling, and that's where the microwave's going to go. It'll be in a unit that comes from the bottom of this upper cabinet to the work surface, and the microwave we've built into that, and a bit of storage just above it. And that's a convection microwave, so we'll be able to do use the grill in it as well as a normal microwave. It's only 900 watts, so it's quite capable of running off an inverter as well. First part of the teardown's done, as you can see, all the pipe work and massive cables that's got to be sorted out. And this is where the sink was. Sorry, this is where the oven was. That's our diesel heater behind there. Floor's all up, and that's the bed unit's ready to come out tomorrow. The basic structures are staying, they're just being changed dimensions a little bit. As you can see, that all the boiler cupboards come out, the gas line's there because we're still draining the gas. That's the vents, the diesel heater one, which will come into the living space, and the other one which goes into our shower toilet and will become our drying room. And this side, again, the other side of the seating area, and our kitchen unit will come from here all the way along to where that white line is there. So now all the basics are done. This is everything that's going to come out is out, and now I can start rebuilding. I'll tell you what is sad though, when you're renovating your vans, is you put all the hard work into it. You know all the pain, sweat and tears you went through, and it took weeks, in fact months, and to get to this state it's taken me 2 days. So much work to do. If you're wondering where everything is, it's all back inside the workshop. Mountain of stuff.